Hi everybody, this is Odd Samurai, and today I'm going to be reacting to Chainsaw Man, chapter 220. So let's talk about 219 first. And I'll start by reading a comment that was left in, uh, you know, last reaction by Diego S822. They said, what I really liked about this chapter was how Denji acknowledged again that others here have seduced him to take advantage of him. But it's not just Death and Fumiko, it's also Yoru who made that deal with back on the roof. Just a few chapters ago, when Fumiko said Warren loved him, he seemed seriously happy about it, but now it seems like he's finally learned to separate Asa and Yoru in his mind. Literally from saying he doesn't want to kill Asa last chapter to saying they'll murderize Yoru this chapter. He's seemingly free from his sex drive in this decision. And honestly, yeah, I don't know how I just saw that, when little Denji says, a bunch of folks try to seduce and persuade me into choosing one way or another, but I think I figured it all out just now. So, yeah, that definitely, uh, I definitely should have talked about that more and tried to dissect it, but I didn't, and I usually pick up on that kind of stuff from Denji. So thank you to you, Diego, for pointing that out. And I feel like you uh, phrased that uh, more just better, more eloquently than I would have, just trying to analyze it on the spot. But yeah, it really does seem like... Okay, so let me just read the reply I gave. I think you may be right, he may not have said it out loud, but his actions show that he's now prioritizing Asa instead of Yoru or his sex drive. He's acknowledged that multiple people try to take advantage of his vulnerable state and manipulate him through his hypersexuality to force him to make the choice they want. Here, he's able to see past their manipulation and go through with what he actually wants. He knows he won't be happy if he gives in to what others want him to, and wants Asa to not give up, saying what has to be done like he did with Makima. So, yeah, it really does seem like he's finally started to see how much Yoru has made Asa suffer. And that just, a friendship between them is just not possible. Like, that line has been crossed too many times. So the only way now is to get rid of her. Now, yeah, this has a bit of an idealistic approach to it. Like, I mean, I'm not saying that Denji thinks that just by getting rid of Yoru and her alone, that everything will be all wonderful and that him and Asa can have the best lives now. I think he's, sort of aware of that. But she's definitely like the biggest obstacle in regards to Asa choosing herself and having, a really big guilt over what Yoru does. And once she's out of the picture, can Asa start healing? And it seems like Denji has, started to pick up on that the relationship Asa and Yoru have is in some way similar to the one that Denji and Makima had. But I mean, both Denji and Yoru and Asa and Yoru. The way that their dynamics have similarities to Denji and Makima, just different ways. But yeah, when he says murderize, pretty sure Denji has said that word before. He says it when fighting Katana round 1. And I think he might say it when he fought Falling for the first time. And there's gotta be another one, but I can't remember at the moment. Sorry. But it also reminds me of the very, chapter 1, when he's about to turn into Chainsaw Man for the first time. And he's looking at the zombies and says, if you're gonna get in our way, then you're gonna have to die. Which feels very fitting for what's happening here. I'm not gonna, fall into your traps anymore. Into your false binaries. I'm just gonna go and make my own third choice. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be like a consequence-free choice. But at the very least, it's one that Denji and it seems Asa want to actually go for. Because it's out of their own agency and feelings to be free. And she literally says, I want that, but I can't because of Yoru. So then just like, okay. Because before he was like, okay, if I feel like Yoru is the one giving me affection, then I guess I'll choose her. But now that he's had this really big bonding moment with Asa, we are both fellow parent killers after all. Then yeah, he's finally seen Asa as the person that she is. And not just the half of Yoru that just kind of comes out sometimes and is kind of rude to him. He's finally seeing Asa for the first time, I feel like, in a long time. So yeah, this is actually him choosing Asa over Yoru or Shi-chan. Also that moment when we have Shi-chan thank Yoru for saving her and saying, even if you didn't do it for me, thanks anyway. I'd rather not die because I'm excited for the school festival. Like giving that to the character that, basically got rid of all her organs because she wanted to die rather than destroy Earth because she fell in love with human culture, specifically food, and managed to, what it seems to be, make genuine bonds and make friends with others. Like that seems really interesting to me and just kind of moving as well. But yeah, Yoru took that and basically uh, reshaped the act of saving her to see her as her possession. But Pochita intercepted before she could do that and ate death. Also, that moment when Yoru is like, yo, time out. She was really trying to copy Reza, but nah, she could never be her. And then we end with Yoru being mad that Pochita ate Shi-chan because, well, she was thought to be a valuable weapon. Alright, let's get to 220. Titled Bonds and Michigan. Alright. Okay, we have Yoru doing these hand gestures. Sure. Excuse me? Ratatatatata. Okay, I'm guessing this is like a machine gun. Oh, yo, look at Pochita go. The speed lines, seeing how fast he is, dodging all that. That's cool. Seeing him basically like go all around Yoru. There, bang. Oh, did she actually succeed? No, he was faster than her, and managed to kick her in the stomach. And it was hard enough to get, guts coming out of her. And she crashed into the school. She's still standing though. Guts coming out of her still. And some blood gushing out. To me, Mori Il Devil. Interesting. Bah. I like the design. The eye makes it look kinda cute. A fish, huh? We know how Asa feels about fishes. Ooh, okay. Literally the moment that it was coming out of the door completely, Pochita just cut it off in so many pieces. Ball? Sorry, buddy, you had no chance. Those are some cool panels of Pochita and Yoru upside down. Che, I was fond of that one. Chainsaw Man, before you and I always stood alone, but I've changed. Oh, yo, hold on. Oh, okay, that's a cool ass double page spread. Kind of makes me think of Bleach. Ichigo's Inner World. Since coming here, I learned to depend on others. Okay. I saw the human's stupidity and we devils' sublimity. I discovered the magnificence of friends and family. What? What is Blood talking about? I do not remember seeing any of it. I mean, she depends on others for sure. In regards to like things just being given to her, like, because of Shi-chan and leading the church. That's how she got her first power boost. And she's just like, oh, I'm magnificent. So that's her kind of like acknowledging that a lot that she's done in regards to like power feats is basically being handed to her. But like, what is she babbling about in the last sentence? Friends and family? Huh? When? Hello? Come, my king. Teach Chainsaw Man those lessons too. Okay, that's a lot of devils. So, friends and family. And now... Okay, so she could be talking about, like, weapon devils? But those don't look like weapon devils. I mean, one of them is holding a sword. And another one is holding, like, a type of, like, I don't know, could be a spear? Hmm. I mean, she also, her hands are tank and gun. So that's family. And I'm guessing these devils could be quote unquote friends. Hmm. One of them looks like a manta ray. But yeah, that's I'm sure that Pochita can just speed blitz them though, surely. I don't have to beat Chainsaw Man by myself. Yeah, he already went through like 2, 3. For I'm War Devil, and war can only be waged by depending on country and comrades. I mean, she is uh, embodying her um, concept right now. Get it, Chainsaw Man? This is what you lack. This is the power of bonds. That's funny. But it tracks, right? A war, of course. War would see just sending others to fight for you. Uh, and then just being like, yeah, this is the power of bonds. She's basically a president during war times. Like, yes, fighting for your country is the most honorable thing you can do. That's what it sounds like to me. Okay. Well, yeah, they did not last long. It seemed like Pochita already killed all of them, and is munching on on the guts of one of them. Now he's going for Yoru herself. Okay. She's raising her hand just like this. And then we get a last panel in this page when, I don't know. She looks kinda surprised, maybe? Michigan sword! Yeah, I was like, how is this gonna come into play? Like, is she just gonna make a contract with the mayor of another state mid-battle? But like, okay. Chainsaw Man vs. War Devil, as documented by Fumiko Mifune? Oh. Okay, first, let me continue. The state of Michigan collapses at 11:23 a.m. Oh my lord. Yo, if you're from Michigan, my condolences. But hey, I already got targeted as a Californian, so, I feel ya. What do you mean by as documented by Fumiko Mifune? Like, obviously, there's so many Fumikos. It makes sense that one of them, at least, would survive after the events of this battle. But that's so specific, the fact that Fujimoto wanted us to know that this is being documented by a or multiple Fumikos. It's interesting. Unfortunately, no, we didn't get to check back with Denji and Asa. But still cool chapter. I'm just like so curious about the this chain of events being documented. You know, like what does that mean for the future at hand? At the very least, I like to think that that would not be able to be done in a world uh, ruled by Yoru, or one where everyone dies if Shichan's powers get activated. So maybe confirmation that Denji and Asa succeed. Cannot believe Fumiko be winning. Well, you know, in regards to surviving at least. But yeah, some neat characterization slash themes in regards to, like, you know, what Yoru brings to the table for the commentary on war. And what she sees as bonds. And I mean, it was pretty obvious, but yeah. A bond to her is someone she can basically manipulate as a weapon. A bond is just, you know, something that she's in possession of. Similar to Makima, she can't see someone ever equally. And I think that's, you know, I think the way that her powers operate, it's definitely part of it. Because if she can't see you as one of her possessions, that she can't make you into a weapon. And that makes her feel weak. She can't see the value of an equal bond. Also, I didn't realize, but this is a pretty short chapter. And it makes sense, there's a lot of action, but still, only it seems to be I don't like, I'm trying to count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There were like 3 double page spreads, so that's why it feels like less. But yeah, I guess Fujimoto really wanted to go all in on the action. Which, I mean, this feels like, you know, the biggest battle in all of part 2. So it makes sense. It was kinda giving like some Makima versus Pochita at certain points, so that tracks. But yeah, I don't really got nothing else to say, really. It's just, you know, more of what we know about Yoru, and to be fair, the choreography was nice. And that last double pitch spread was like, what? So, yeah, I mean, hey. I'm not gonna say, like, I mean, that's why, you know, something like this couldn't happen to California, because she made the contract with the mayor, but I keep saying mayor, it's not, it's governor. Whatever, if you already like try to correct me in the comments, just know that I realized eventually. But yeah, the governor made the contract specifically so that this wouldn't happen, and Michigan just turned out to be a unlucky place. So yeah, it's just that that's gonna be it for today. If you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe. Till next time, see ya.